Hello, I'm Kainton the Genius, and today we are going to continue from tutorial 2 of Linq to XML in C#. In the first tutorial, we write XML file using Linq to XML, but we use X element. Today, we are going to demonstrate the same thing in a slightly different way, and today we are going to read XML file into our project using XDocument. And that will be the tutorial 2. Remember to subscribe. Just click on the subscribe button so that you get notified when I make new videos. There's the subscribe button below this video. Alright, let's open the previous tutorial from where we stopped. So in the previous tutorial we wrote this piece of code inside the main program. So I'm going to teach you how to write your function in a different file because we have 9 tutorials. Let's write everything in a different file so that our main program will simply be free. So if I run this, we have the output displayed this way. But right now, let us move all of this into another file. So let's right click on the project and just add a new file or a new class. So a new class, let's call it just call it functions. Okay, so let's call it functions. So is here we are going to put all our methods. So the first one is tutorial 1, how to read XML file using X element. So let's start a new function, public void read. Okay, read XML with X element. Alright, so this is a function that handles the previous one. So go ahead to paste this. So remember, you need to add the using directive using system.linq, using system.xml.linq. So now the error message is going to go. So if I run this program, before I do that, I'll just say functions fn is equal to new functions to tell the program that I want to use a file from inside another file. So the name of the class, this file, is functions. So simply call the method we created, fn.read with X element. So in this way it will run the code in there. So at this point we have exactly the same thing. So let's now go to our second tutorial, which is, let's look at it, how to read XML file using Linq to XML, this time with XDocument. Alright, so let's go to functions and write another function. So let's call it tutorial 2, how to read. Let me enlarge this a little so that you can see how to read XML file using XDocument. This is about almost the same with the previous one, but a slightly different way. This one we are going to use XDocument, read XML with XDocument. So in this one now, we are going to declare a new XDocument. We are going to declare a new XDocument, and how do we do that? We simply say XDocument. Okay, we need to add system.linq, system.xml. So that is what we need to have here. So just say XDocument X, let's call it doc, is equal to XDocument.load. In this case, you don't have to instantiate a new XDocument because you can't instantiate a new XDocument. It's an abstract class. So books.xml, so that is the way you load it. And so we now create a collection type to hold all the books inside there. So say I enumerable of book of X elements, I enumerable of X element books is about the same this time with the previous one, is equal to doc.elements. Let's make sure we use IntelliSense elements. Okay, so this is what we have. So we can now iterate through the collection because these books now hold several books. So you can say for each book in books, so we can say console.writeLine. Console.writeLine, we can now write book. Right? This is fine. Now this book, okay, is an X element for it. Okay, meanwhile let's try to run the program first to make sure it works. So let's call it in the main program, just say fn dot, this time we use it for the other one, read with XDocument, and this is how it is. So if we run the program, it gives us exactly the same result. Okay, so let's go back to functions. Let's put a separator each time we print out one book, we put a separator. So just a console.writeLine. The separator is going to be something like this. Okay, so if I go ahead to run it, it runs now with, oh no, I put the separator in the wrong place. So okay, so now I'll explain to you what is happening. Now it's printing everything like a complete block. Okay, so now for us to separate it, we can say doc.elements element book dot X element. So he's saying element book dot X element. So if we run it now, let's see what we have. Displays an error. Okay, so let's look at the XML file because that's okay. So we have actually to use catalog. So save and run. Alright, so that is how it works. So at this point, if we are using XDocument, you can either use doc.elements catalog, so it's selecting the catalog element and iterating through all the elements. So at this point, it means that we have a catalog and it's iterating through everything under the catalog. So if you are using XDocument, you can specify the root. The catalog is the root node of the document. So at this point we have it correctly. So let's see, we've covered tutorial 2, how to read XML file using XDocument. I hope you are following. If so, give a thumbs up subscribe to the channel by clicking on the subscribe button. Maybe leave a comment to let me know how you feel. So we'll see in the next tutorial, which is how to access a single element of an XML file.